Hello, Pharma Life family.
What's up, Pharma Life family?
This I want to introduce is Billa.
What's up, Billa?
Hey, she's from Australia. She's got a lovely accent. I've gotten accustomed to it after 2 months of her being a volunteer here at Farm of Life.
This lady's tapped in. She knows what's up. She's high vibration, feminine energy right here.
Divine goddess.
There she is. Greenhouse extraordinaire.
Yeah, she
permaculture specialist.
Billa's been here for 2 months, maybe a little bit more. She's had a really impressive transformation personally since her arrival, and she's helped us in the greenhouse, and she knows all this great stuff about anesthesia and lives so in sync with nature. It's been a really cool example for us and our guests, and so we're just going to touch on all of that. So you showed up in the middle of February, kind of really seeking refuge, and we knew Billa from just the months prior. She was a guest on a neighbor's farm, and we befriended her. And I knew you from the Ringing Cedars Revolution.
Yeah, we read those anesthesia books, and we really connected with them. And then we found somebody who was really promoting that and wanting to really start community, right, Billa?
Yeah, that's it. Yep, for sure. Yep, that's
so you show up on our doorstep, and of course we loved opening our arms. We're a family.
That's right.
To you, but
Pharma Life family.
Experience, because we always start in interviews like, you know, what brought you here?
Yeah.
What brought you into raw food? But this is different. You're just a totally different thing going on here.
So, I mean, yeah, I was here for a couple of months, and I had to do a border run, and you know, got to leave Costa Rica every 90 days, and so I went up to Nicaragua, and I ran into a bit of trouble. And,
yeah.
I was pretty freaked out. So I yeah, it really tested my feeling of being safe in the world, and ending up in a situation where nobody spoke English. I didn't know how to contact anyone. I lost everything of value that I had on me. I ended up with clothes and a backpack. And a phone number. And I called you guys up and said, hey, this is what's up. And Bryda said, we love you, Billa, just come.
Yeah, get here.
And those were the most amazing words to me, because it wasn't just that incident. It was like, that was kind of a peeking out of a series of things that had been happening in my life for quite a while that were getting more and more intense for me, because I needed to shift something in myself. And I'm super healthy and super connected to nature, and that wasn't the issue for me. My issue was my social ecology and what I was manifesting from humans. And I can hang out in nature full time and not see a human being and just hang out with the dogs and be super happy and don't bother me, I'll never come out again of the forest, but I have to, right? And it was challenging me big time. I was having a really hard time trusting people. I was manifesting a lot of betrayal in my life, and then I manifested just sheer human betrayal of people totally invading my privacy and stripping me bare, basically. And I pulled myself out of that, and
you sure did
on your doorstep. But I was very traumatized and you know, very anxious in my body, and it took me a long time to kind of feel okay. And
when you got back here, right? So you got back, you had that negative experience, and you got back here. What allowed you to shift, right? So you know, the earth here at the Farm of Life, the feminine energies, because you really tapped into the divine feminine. So talk to us a little bit about how the divine feminine shifted you and caused you really to learn.
Well, I think the first thing was the establishment of knowing I was in a sanctuary.
Yes, a safe spot.
You guys holding that energy and saying, you're fine, it's okay, just chill. And me going, I really feel like I can trust that in you guys. This is not going to blow up, right? So
it's a safe space.
It's safe, and that's the feminine, because the feminine always creates a container, the womb.
Exactly.
And so I was like, wow, okay, I know this area, I know this land, so I'm already tapped into the energies of the earth here, but now I'm actually in a social space as well that's honoring that, and I can relax, and then I could just be with where I was at.
Yep.
And so that was the foundation of, for me, you know, the food is beautiful, the climate is amazing, the weather's not shifting all the time, the days are even with the nights. It's a really mild climate and environment just to like chill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I could depend on the social environment here that, okay, I can just be myself. So
And you got a lot of answers too when you were right down here. Farm Life Family, behind us is our forest, and it's our old growth forest. And Billa slept down here just about every single night, and you had a lot of dreams, a lot of but you know, shamanic experiences, if you will, down here, right?
Yeah.
You got a lot of answers from your higher self. What were some of those answers?
Wow. So
that's not an easy question.
Right.
There were so many. It was like being able to process and go through everything. So sleeping under the stars at night, it's like opening yourself up to your higher self and your connection with the cosmos every night. So literally, like, you know, you're eating raw food in the day and barefoot on the earth, preparing yourself for this adventure every night. And lay down to sleep on the deck down there. There's no roof, there's no walls, there's just me and my sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Looking up and like, I am the light.
Just surrender, right?
Surrendering to the starlight and letting it come. And then we just tap in, right? So it was like every night, more and more insights, and actually sifting through the wiring in my brain and the thought patterns and the conditioning and all those things, and just actually sorting through it all. And getting amazing insights as to, like, really specific as to what was going on.
Right.
And I traced it to you know, my limbic imprint, which is what develops in the womb and when we're little, and that's to do with what is expressed in the book called the Continuum concept.
Great book.
Yeah, and that really backs up everything that Anastasia talks about in kind of a more anthropological, scientific, you know, way. And it's like, wow, okay, I knew this stuff, but now I'm actually getting a chance, because I'm in a sanctuary, to really refine my own process and understand what's going on with me, and realizing where I was manifesting those negative experiences right in here and in here in my body, right? And just every morning I just wake up, it's like, yes, relief, and you know, no grief, just like, wow, okay, another layer off. Another layer off every day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And here you were able to reconnect back to nature, right? Walking barefoot, sleeping in this old growth forest.
Yeah. Well, a wonderful thing about Billa is that you do that anyway. You do that every day anyway. Sleeping
it's very
outside
connected.
And barefooting and raw food, and it was really about the emotional transformation for you.
And the exchange of energy was amazing, because Billa was helping us in the greenhouse. We've learned just a wealth of knowledge that you have, Billa. I mean, we learned the new compost system, which is amazing, which is going to transform our greenhouse, as well as our fruit trees, all the hundreds of fruit trees we have on this farm, and the building of guilds, and how we're going to, you know, build this ground cover that's going to completely transform and make the farm of life even better than it already is.
Yeah.
And so we're in such gratitude for you for that, you know.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, really. And I think that loving service that you gave, you know, the farm gave back to you in the answers and the manifestations of what you have upcoming, right, Billa Kagari? You've got some amazing things coming. Talk to us about some of the amazing things coming up in what you've been able to create, right? So you had a negative experience, then you've had this awakening here, right? And now you're back to creating like you've always been.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Well, you know, the co-creating that we've done here has helped you guys understand me and what I'm really looking for, because I came to Costa Rica with an intention to find a venue to run a really, really amazing retreat, a really special retreat that's much needed on this planet.
Kind of like live off the land. You come, and then we're going to build everything. Nothing's there. You got no money to do anything. And it's kind of like Survivor, right? Farm Life Family. It's kind of like Survivor. But no one's getting voted off. It's not going to be on video. But, right? But it's going to be amazing. I mean, you know.
It might be on video, but it's like spiritual Survivor.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like fully tapping in with ancient wisdom, you know, what they're seeing is saying, what Anastasia's saying, what the Native American people, building a tribe, you know, being so much having the opportunity to tap into your own empowerment, that when you arrive on a land somewhere and nature is there, that is actually all you need. If you can start to see with different eyes. And for that, you need to strip away a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
And so the retreat's going to be a process of taking away all the distractions.
Letting go.
Letting go. You know, a lot of quiet, a lot of fasting, working with the raw food, getting in a really, deep ceremony space together as a group, and just going through that process of letting it all fall away, and then starting to fill back up the space with like the elements and water and waterfalls and sunshine and earth connection and group creation, and making everything that we need. And kids do this when they're little. They just build cubbies. They just go out and play, and they do this stuff. And then we get lost in life, and we forget how clever we are, that we can meet all our needs.
Yeah.
With nature. So
of course, we never needed to create all the I call it the illusion. Yeah. Everything that's made us separate from really what we are, and that's nature. We really didn't need to separate it all. But I always say free will's a bitch, right? And so human beings needed to do this for a little while, but we're working our way back to nature. And you're helping us with that, Billa, with this retreat that's going to be next year in January, February, March, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be on a farm.
It's not here, but it's nearby.
It's going to be a farm nearby. That's an awesome, awesome farm that we offer tours to their waterfall, and their waterfall's spectacular. Where can people go? Right, no electricity.
Nothing.
You know, you guys, you're going to have to create it all on your own.
Yep.
This is going to be wonderful for people. Where can they go to sign up for this?
Okay, well, check out Ringing Cedars Revolution online, and that's a starting point. And then I'll get a separate spot set up for it online. But go there, you'll be able to keep tabs of what's happening.
Oh, sure. That's excellent. And you're going to have a lot of people sign up for this, I think, because a lot of people are looking for this.
Right, and it's special in that it's not just a detox retreat, and it's not just a get back to nature retreat. If you're someone who recognizes that you're a leader and have the ability to start a community or start something in your hometown or even your city where you live, and you want to get backed up by nature and a sense of tribe, that you can come here and experience that and have it in your body, in your cells, in your memory, and know what that feels like to be fully supported and fully connected, and be a seed that goes back to wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you're in the wild or in the city. You'll be able to go back and know what it takes to pull something together and really shift your life, but a lot of other people's lives as well, and make really deep connections that's going to benefit everybody and help us regenerate the planet.
Healing the planet one guest at a time. Billa's doing that. That's what we do here at Farm of Life as well. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
You know, and again, Billa, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Words can't describe how much gratitude I have for you guys for holding the space here for everybody, and for this time for me to just really relax and get into my zone. It's been priceless. It's been very hard to achieve that. Anywhere in my life, and I'm forever grateful.
Hey, is there anything else? I know you're doing some stuff in the States. Anything else you'd like to add on top of that? Anything?
Yeah, well, I'm headed off to do another shamanic experience. I'm going up a mountain solo for 4 days fasting.
Wow.
On my way to California, and then I'm working on a project up in Northern California. Same idea, building tribe, regenerating the earth. That you can also read about that on Ringing Cedars Revolution, and that's going to be open for the summer. So if anyone's interested in coming and interning and working with me with permaculture and biodynamics and social ecology and things like that, and building up your skill set or contributing in any way, then get in touch with me on Ringing Cedars Revolution, because that's going to be a great summer project. Amazing. Again, we love Billa. We love Billa. She's been here for a while, and she's just been a joy, really. Just an incredible transformation. You pulled it together in 2 months, and you launched your life. Yeah. You know, you showed up with nowhere to go and nothing in your pocket to this year lined up that's going to just be mind-blowing for you. It's going to be a good year. You've inspired us. You guys are in my heart, and this farm is going to power, and I'll be back next year to check it out. Yep. Yeah. The farm thanks you, Billa. Everything, all the knowledge you've given, all of it. Yeah. All right, Farm of Life family, we're going to sign out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.